You know what I mean? But I definitely start using notes a lot more because I would just wait till I write things down. Sometimes I'd be at the gym and I'd be thinking of some funny shit, and I'm like, oh, this would be a good thing to talk about because it happened this week. So it'll be like a good clip, like a hot take, you know? And then I get home and I'm like, damn, what was I thinking about? And then I blank out and then I watch porn and shit and move on with my life, you know? How the average human being lives. All right, so it's gonna be the Menso My Smart podcast, episode 32. I'm your host Pedro, and I'm here with Eddie, and it's gonna be a pretty good episode. It's we got some juicy stuff to talk about today. Now something that again I keep forgetting to do is this giveaway. Again, guys, I am so sorry. I keep forgetting to plan out this giveaway and how to structure it properly. Because what I was gonna do is I was gonna do the giveaway, and the way that I was planning on announcing the winner was live. You know, like on the YouTube channel, going live on it, or on Twitch, or multicasting to both, and then doing like a random draw online with people's name in it, computerized, and then boom comes out a name. Then boom, I was gonna like PayPal them or Cash App or something like that. That's what I was planning on doing, but it didn't happen. But I can guarantee you this: now next week, it will happen. So again, thank you guys so much for supporting this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, we're gonna do a giveaway where you tag we tag two friends.
It might happen.
Yeah, it's you're gonna get drawn in and stuff like that. And I think on Wednesday I'm gonna just post it on the Instagram Menso My Smart podcast and like how to qualify to get in it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, we're gonna get straight into the weeks, and after that we're gonna get into some topics. So something that we haven't done before, and it's like a new concept when it comes to podcasting, is me, Pedro, and then Eddie over here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about our weeks. So either I'm gonna go first, or he's gonna go first, and basically we just spin off of that, and then that leads on to more conversation. But I'm gonna let Eddie go first. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sure. All right, you guys. My fucking dog had puppies, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking grandpa, bro. It's fucking annoying. Like the first thought that came to my head was like, "Fuck, what the hell am I gonna fucking do?" There's like she was having puppies, and I freaked out because I thought she was like there was one stuck or something, because she was like still doing contractions and shit. Um, I just don't know anything about it, so I ended up taking her vet and just spending some unnecessary money.
Oh, you took her to the vet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I freaked out, bro. Like, cause she kept pushing, but no more puppies were coming out. She had 8, by the way. If you guys are trying to get a puppy, just let me know. Just kidding, but yeah. So my dog had puppies, bro. I'm still working on this diet. Trying to lose some weight, but I have this like specific goal in mind. I really, 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 really want to go to the beach on my birthday, which is gonna be in a few months. And I mean, it's been going very good so far, right? Like as far as my routine and everything. So I'm gonna for sure have that beach body by my birthday and shit. Hopefully we can travel because of this COVID shit, Um, Also, man, I've been working a fuckload this week. I work my regular job, and then I work my side job. And so on my side job, we have where I work is like a restaurant, right?
Right.
But within the same building, they have a club. So they were like, "Hey, do you want to work at the club? An additional amount of time?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it." And when I was up there, bro, it was some crazy shit going on, dude. It was just a bunch of like SMU kids, a bunch of rich white kids partying, and it was funny because like these motherfuckers were so drunk, dude. Like, have you ever just seen someone really, really drunk, like, and it's just fucking funny because they're fucking stupid?
Yeah.
That's all that night was. And there's a lot of fucking drug addicts up in there, bro.
I bet, especially because you said that that area specifically is like it's a wealthy area. That's where if you got money, you go there to party.
Yeah, man. I literally found like bags of cocaine, bro, as I was working, and like it even happened to where I found the first bag that I found. I was like gonna pick it up, and then some dude was like, "Hey, is that my blow?" And another guy from the other direction was like, "Nah, that's my blow." And then they just kept like arguing over whose blow it was, bro. And I was just like, "God damn! All right, I'm gonna step away because there's a cop literally like across from us. So you guys do what you gotta do, and that's it, you know."
Yeah, it's I me definitely. I would want to party around rich people too if I was rich.
Hell
Then
yeah.
again, I wouldn't because I already lived like a long life not being rich. So once I do become rich, I don't think I would switch it up and go hang out with rich people.
You probably would, cause you'll make rich friends eventually, cause like what is it, the law of attraction,
Yeah,
right? So it's bound to happen.
I would make. I don't think I'd honestly like. I really feel I wouldn't make rich friends because I'm like really like to myself that I wouldn't. Even now, I'm not really into making new friends, right? So I don't think I would make rich friends. I think I would make my friends rich
Which, yeah,
more than anything. Oh, you want to do that? Hey, you go do that. Here's this money. You know? So all you need is one friend to pop off and then he can make his other friends' dreams come true. But yeah, I would definitely, nah, I wouldn't. I like if I started getting money, right? And then, yeah, I'd probably try like these rich fancy spots. Yeah, but I feel like I would only do that for like once and then not probably go back.
well, it depends if you like it, because you don't know if you like it yet. You're saying you probably could say no right now, but it's just because you haven't really experienced it yet.
I would like it if I saw like my people there.
Well, see, there you go. So if you get popping off and then your people pop off, y'all are gonna be
No, I
straight.
mean like say so right so like I
Oh, you
look
mean
Mexicans,
Mexicans?
right? So I look Mexican. So if I go to a spot
You are Mexican.
and I know what I'm saying, I look. So if I go to a spot and the majority of the people that I see there are Caucasian, right? White people. And there's rich white people too, because now I'm rich too. So I want to try like a rich spot. I would feel more like, damn, I got all this money just so I can put white people around me. I wouldn't like that feeling. But if I went somewhere and then I saw other rich, successful Mexicans were the majority in there, I'd be like, this is where I want to stay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
Maybe playing some chente at the end of the night and shit.
much rather be in that area.
Yeah, because most of the night they were playing fucking
Yeah,
kind of
and
music.
then once that starts going off, I'm just like, let's find the nearest exit. It's getting ghetto in here, you know.
Bro, like, and these white boys, bro, they got when they got the most rowdiest, bro.
When
They started playing "Walk Around the Club," fuck everybody, and then everyone just fucking like started like mosh pitting, bro. I was like, damn, they fucking recognize, they know what's up,
yeah, they know what's up 6 years ago.
right?
You know,
These songs still, these bro, you gotta admit it. These songs still be popping off like in the club, you
no,
know.
they do for sure. They for sure. But I'm not about to say they know what's up. No, they. I feel like well, just the way that I just think will lead off to a whole nother different conversation of just that culture and that side of people, and the reason they like that is only because that's what they think the other side likes, that not because they
Yeah.
want to play country music so bad in there, but they don't because they just want to seem cool, but don't, like, they seem to forget that there's really nobody to seem cool around. You're literally around nothing but like other white people. Trust me, if you all just gather together, the majority of the vote would be you're about to put on some country music that's popping right now, you know? You're about to put on some Kid Rock. You're gonna put on some
Bro.
Eminem. You're not gonna
So
put on
Eminem,
it.
so
I
fucking
promise you,
Macklemore.
if they all just let themselves be comfortable. Yeah, Macklemore is gonna be one of the picks on there. But they want to seem cool to each other. Like, yeah, I listen to black music, so they put on black music. But it's 95% Caucasian in there. They want to put on rock music so bad. Like they want to leave it on EDM.
No, you know what? Like they did have a little section when they were playing a bunch of like, oh, not too much older, like 2010-ish kind of rock music, like The Killers and shit like that.
Right.
And they were going off on that too.
They love it.
Yeah, bro. But they did like an EDM mix. Yeah.
Even better.
Right?
Even better.
But yeah, so I worked that event and shit. And it was cool too because I'm not so used to this, right? Like especially because I'm working and shit. But they got my number. 3 girls got my number that night. Like they asked for my number. And I was just like kind of flattered, you know?
Because they got your number?
Yeah, they asked me, like they approached me.
Who did?
These girls.
Really?
Yeah, while I was working.
While you were working?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
Nice. The fit, your uniform.
That's what it is.
It's a nice uniform.
Right?
Luckily, they don't got you wearing like a full on like uniform where you got to wear the hat, like the little cone hat, and then you got to wear the
like a good burger.
You got to wear the thing, and then you got to wear an apron and have 2 pens tucked in. No, you have a pretty nice, cool looking uniform. It's casual, but just wear this so we can recognize who's who.
Who's who? Yeah, and it's funny too because it's most of it is all black, right? One of the guys there that night kept telling me like, because he was fucked up at this point.
Right.
He's like, "Hey, you're a bouncer, right? You're a bouncer, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. Like, I'm obviously picking shit up. Like, I'm doing something else, you know." And the whole night, every time he would see me after that, he'd be like, "Thank you for everything you do." Thank you.
He thought you were a bouncer.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you for keeping me safe. I feel really unsafe.
Yeah, bro.
Every time I get out of my gated community, my pulse, it starts going out the roof. Thank you.
Bro, like literally every single time I would see him, bro. And like one time he tried to hug me, but I wasn't with that, you know?
Yeah. You're not with that because he don't know. He don't know who he's hugging. If he was in Webb Chapel, he would know, but he's not. So he doesn't know. Little did he know he's touching the most dangerous person in Texas.
Shut your ass up.
If people don't know, now they know.
I'm not dangerous, you guys. I'm the friendliest motherfucker you'll ever meet.
Yeah, that's true. And the not to go back, but I started thinking about it even more. If I'm at a white club, right, and I see 95% white people in there, right, I feel more uncomfortable. Say if, for example, the fucking 3-6 Mafia comes on, and then the Gucci Man comes on, and then fucking let's say Tupac comes on, I'd feel like, oh shit, no, these motherfuckers are dangerous and they just want to act stupid right now, you know? Because they want to put up a front. This is 95%, Caucasians in here. And they're playing nothing but some thug ass fucking music, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, fuck, I gotta get out of these degenerates. I gotta leave, right?
These Ellen degenerates.
But if I'm in there, right? Same club, same percentage of white people, 95% white people, right? And it's country music, and it's rock music, and it's EDM. We're like, it's pretty safe here, right? Because these are the guys that are in an area where they feel comfortable being in themselves, right? But you can't. You gotta be extra careful for the white guy that wants to act hard, because he will do shit to make himself seem like he's hard, which is 100% unnecessary.
Super unnecessary.
That's usually where a lot of people get killed too, is because one of them just is uncomfortable and he wants to put up a front of acting hard, or that's like where a fight pops off. So if you ever feel like, this is like my rule too, if I feel just uncomfortable even being there because of the area, and it's not because it's dangerous or anything like that, it's because of the people in there want to act not themselves, then they're gonna be uncomfortable, they're gonna be tense, and they want to do something to make themselves just look cool to the people that they're around, or even the strangers, and that's usually where fights will start, is because they just want to put up a front of who they're not. So again, if it's 95% white people and you hear Gucci Man come on, Make yourself somewhere where you're closest to the exit.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and talking about like fighting, I totally forgot to mention this, but that same night, um, one of these rich white kids, bro, that'd be a good ass fucking idea to come into this, like, security up place with a fucking sword, bro, around alcohol.
This,
A fucking ninja sword, dude.
would that be like, would like I gotta wonder who thinks that's okay.
Right?
I would never,
Like, what?
let alone grab the ninja sword and walk outside the front door, and put it in my car and be like, I'm gonna travel with this somewhere.
Right, bro?
The mindset you have to have of it's okay. I'm gonna grab this ninja sword and just travel with it.
He's like, I'm gonna get so much pussy with this at the club.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
just to have the mindset of I have this really nice authentic ninja sword and I'm just gonna travel with it everywhere I go. Oh, this restaurant I'm about to go eat in, I'm gonna bring it inside with me for sure. I really should. It's actually a good idea. It's a good idea. Let me bring this ninja sword in here. The mindset is the mindset that I wish to one day obtain. I want that mindset.
Turns out he's like a fucking sword master, bro.
He actually went in there to sell it, but the client never showed up. And then he's like, wait, no, I'm here. And then the cops are like, fuck, man. This happens all the time. Here's my validation. I'm here to sell. The guy never came through.
Dude. And yeah, like literally, like it was like 3 or 4 cops surrounded him when they were talking to him. And like I saw it in the face of one of the cops. He just like was thinking to himself, what the fuck were you thinking? Like he was like laughing, bro.
A ninja sword. A full-on ninja sword.
Yeah, but I mean, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I've been up to. Oh, and we went to some like fucking. Should we talk about it now or later?
Yeah. No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, well yeah. So we went out to this other spot, but I guess we'll get to it later.
Yeah,
Well, how's your week been?
So basically, from this podcast to the previous podcast, it's something that I've definitely had to do a lot more is to promote things that I do. So I have this platform of a podcast, but I just don't even promote anything else other than this podcast. Like I'll say I'm streaming, but then again, whenever I stream, it's on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like this, like a multicasting at the same time. But the point is, whenever I do that, right, and I've been doing that for the past like 2 weeks. Whenever I do that, it's more of like I'm just doing it just cause. At this point, it's really just for like if a friend pops in there or anything like that. It's not really to promote that. Like the main thing that I promote is this podcast on all platforms. And then I just started thinking to myself, what if I put the same amount of energy that I do to promoting this podcast, creating videos, and then doing that to, let's say, live streaming. I really feel like something can come out of it. It's just a matter of just being consistent and a matter of actually just getting it done, which now I know how to edit videos. I know how to record and everything. I have all the equipment. I just have to actually put the time in. And so something that we're going to do is hopefully it gets done. So Sunday next week, what we're going to do is we're going to live stream for 30 minutes, probably not even longer than that. So we're going to live stream the Menso. So whenever I was talking about live streaming, I meant like gaming, but I'm not going to live stream that to the Menso My Smart podcast. Next week, Sunday, hopefully 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., we're going to live stream. And the first 30 minutes of that live stream is to talk to you guys, to get topics what you guys want to talk about, or just communicate with you guys what you guys are up to your week, and then talk about your week. And hopefully that can lead on to every single podcast that we do 30 minutes before the podcast goes live, we live stream. So again, this live stream is most likely going to happen on YouTube, Menso My Smart podcast. So subscribe to that. It's going to be Sundays where that podcast is going to go live for 30 minutes. And then for all hopefully it leads to where we actually do the entire podcast live. But for that, we have to get really professional on what we say. Because sometimes if you guys heard the stuff that gets edited out the podcast, you'd be like, these guys are degenerates. These guys are scum. these guys, I don't want my children hearing. Okay,
We ain't shit.
and that's because sometimes we just be saying some shit that seems like some shit to say like in 2010, but then you're like, whoa, we can't be talking like that, or maybe like what we said right here, we can't be saying stuff like that, you know. And it's actually really funny. Actually, like I promise you guys, the conversation that some conversation that we have outside the podcast is 10 times funnier than what we have during the podcast, because you know, recording purposes. And so also sometimes we just blur out some really personal stuff, and it's like, can you edit that out? Yeah, it's gonna get edited out. But if we're doing it live, there is no editing it out. Now the people watching know exactly what's going on. But yeah, so Sunday, 6 or 7 p.m. I'll let you guys know more on Instagram. We will be going live 30 minutes before the recording. So yeah. And other than that, nothing's really. I've been on my diet, good on my diet too, losing weight. Seeing some sort of ab definition coming back. So you know, get ready for the nude pics coming out.
For real, OnlyFans?
Nah, I don't think that will ever happen. I say that, but then I'm 30 years old doing porn.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically it. And then so something that's been going on, something that we did yesterday. We went to this because here's the thing, right? So usually whenever you make plans, right, the plans sometimes they fall apart. And unfortunately, yesterday I went to a friend's house, and we were there, and we were thinking about things to do. Me and two other people were thinking about things to do, and then nothing came out of it. I went in there, and I don't know if this has happened to anybody else, but I went in there like excited. It was already 10 p.m. We're gonna go out, you know, get some drinks, hang out with friends. It's going to be fun. So I go in there full of energy because on my way there I drank a Red Bull. And then what ended up happening is 2 hours later, nothing occurred. We were still all talking about where we were going. And then after that, the couch I was sitting on got really comfortable. And then I just started getting really, really like sleepy and tired. And then it was 10, 11, it was midnight. And then I'm just like, whoa, okay, my bed, I'm like dreaming about it right now. I started thinking about like where I could place the pillow behind my neck, where my neck just tilts slightly, and then sliding another pillow underneath like my lower back, so I can have that natural arch going on while I sleep. I was just thinking about like just different positions where I can just lay down in my bed and just like sleep. And I'm sure this has happened to other people when you make plans to go out, and then once you're there, you start like dreaming about how comfortable your bed is. And then you're like, I really left my comfortable bed. I can't believe I did that. I'm like a national hero for even doing that. And
What?
Yeah, because sometimes it's like I'm out here, but I could be in my own bed, you know?
How does that make you a national hero?
Because I come out of my comfort zone. Okay? I'm a hero for that. Don't take that away from me. I'm a hero for that.
How does that make you a hero?
It doesn't
What's the definition of a hero?
bravery, loyalty. Okay, I'm loyal and brave in my own way, and I'm loyal to my bed. And I decided to leave my bed, and then I was out, and then yeah. So then we ended up at one of the spots that I didn't even imagine I was gonna end up at, but we ended up there. It was this EDM underground hood rat spot.
Yeah, it's real grimy.
It wasn't, and you know, when you say, you know, hood rat, a lot of people start thinking, you know, oh, okay, so we're like in a minority community. No, this was where, you know, they go mudding type of people. It was more of the, you know,
Kyle's. What's it? Yeah, Kyle's,
Corey's, Tyler's,
fucking wearing monster hats, monster stickers on your
Samantha.
truck.
You know, they were there. And was that just racist?
A little bit.
What was that? What we just did right there, was that just racist? Because it was like stereotyping, but then is stereotyping racist? No, right?
I mean,
Anyways, okay, yeah, we were there, and it was, it again, what I was saying before. Luckily, they didn't start playing Gucci Man, or they started playing like some random shit that does not belong there. So it whatever uncomfortableness I was feeling just stayed at a certain level of me just wanting just to go home instead. But if they started playing some rap music after they've been playing nothing but EDM, I'd be like, okay, now it's the right time to leave. Okay. These degenerates are getting kind of rowdy. Okay. And again, that's not to say just because you're in a Gucci Man, you're going to do something stupid. Again, it goes back to like, if this is what this is, leave it at what this is. Don't try to pretend this is something else, So yeah, we were there. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. It was, but it's not my scene. It's not for me to want to be like, I'm gonna recommend this to my friends and come back here another time. I'm never going back there.
Never.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, I'd probably go back if they have like a hip hop kind of night or some shit. But just because it's like an after hour spot,
Yeah, I would much rather go to the after hour spot where the narcos hang out.
But the narcos hang out.
No, like seriously, it looked better. This is the again where sometimes if people would just see this, their eyes would open up as to it's not what this is. When they say this, right? The thing is, the spot that I talked about last week when we had the conversation about being in this narco underground hangout spot, it was 10 times better than the EDM underground after hours hangout spot.
Yeah, this place that we went to yesterday was very like
grimy.
Sesh Hollow Water Boys, middle of nowhere kind of warehouse ass like kind of place.
Yeah, Sesh Hollow. I wouldn't really say Sesh Hollow Water Boys to that.
Yeah, because it was like
not rap.
It was like, well, it wasn't rap, but it was like real like had like a dark vibe to
Kid
it.
Rock.
It wasn't like a Kid Rock kind of spot either.
Yeah, their bar was literally a wooden table, and then it was trailer park EDM.
Oh, and you know what's
warehouse.
What sucked about this place too? Oh, they did have a trailer. Fucking.
They did.
Right.
They did.
I totally forgot about that. I hate that at this place they didn't even take like debit card, bro. They only took fucking Cash App.
And then that makes you think, damn, these narcos are ahead of their time.
Right.
For it to be an after hours. And there's a reason to do that because it's after hours, so they gotta hide that they make money. They're so alcohol or anything like that. So they gotta hide, right? Because then they gotta so where But these narcos are like, we have lawyers, we have accountants, we have bank accounts. It's okay, you buy alcohol. We'll say you bought beer at 3 a.m. We don't have a problem with that.
That ass on your fucking bill, it's gonna say like purchase at McDonald's. What?
Yeah, it'll say like you bought You bought a $5 car to call Mexico. That's way at the narco spot.
That was a good one, bro. Oh,
it's like such a big difference too, because it's okay. So this, you would imagine, because it was, mainly white, right? Mm-hmm. Or like that whole side of the community, that it would be better. No, it's actually ratchet. That's ratchet.
Now, yeah, that's funny because I came from I got out of work from high end white.
Yeah.
And we just went to lower end white.
Yeah, the fucking scrubs. You got to scrub the lower end right there. That's what that was. But it doesn't mean it was bad. It's just not, I would not go. Because again, that's not my scene. It's not what I like to do. And there was no chairs. When I say there's no chairs, the chairs was the floor.
Or random ass shit. Just laying around. There was
a piece of wood.
Did you notice there was a bunch of random chairs just scattered, rolling chairs?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was a bunch of random rolling chairs.
And a lot of smoke because they had that fake smoke coming out and everything, the fog. And the heater was a little bonfire that wasn't a bonfire. It was like 3 big sticks shoved in this bucket.
This metal trash can.
Yeah, it was a big metal trash can. And, and that is what I would say that side of the community's underground hangout for after hours, right? Where they're out and about, hey, let's go to this after hours over here.
Let's do some Molly.
Boom, right? They go to that after hours that they still sell alcohol after hours and stuff. And then you have the narcos and they're like, oh my God, no, not the narcos one. That one's too scary. No. But it's like the narcos one, it was way better than that one. Like And also, the people looked more violent at the EDM one.
Right, bro.
Way
I was
more
just thinking
violent.
that, bro.
Way more violent. And then the thing is, Chris, right? He was saying, because I said, or we can go here, but it's already late, so we can get up this after hours, and that's when we were talking about after hours. As he said, his spot was probably better, because I told him about this after hours. It's just the thing is with this one, that's like where the narcos go hang out. And then I told him the street that it was on, the Web Chapel area, and he was like, no, because that's dangerous. No. It's like, because I know people. No, they know. I know, and then because he didn't want to go there because of that explanation that I gave him. It's like, cool, so let's go to your spot. His spot looked like people were ready to fight on the spot if you touch them the wrong way. His spot looks like people just walking around shirtless. They were people, a lot of people walking around shirtless, fucking buffed juice heads, just fucking walking around shirtless, on drugs. There was druggies in there, and you can tell they were on drugs. Some of them, some people were like out of it. They were just sitting down, just head wobbling. And for that to be said, his mindset was that is better and safer than if we went to the narcos after hours. If he went to the narcos after hours, it's 10 times better and safer, and it's probably 30 times cleaner than the place we went at, which is what he thought was better. But it's only because the explanation that I just said is, and to me that's even for some reason I feel bad for that, because when you explain somebody, this is the narcos, so Mexicans, it's like, I don't want to go there, but it's your people.
Yeah, and honestly too, like even at the spot that I had taken you out to last time right there, I feel like it's like friendlier. Like you could make, like that night we went, it's like
you bump into somebody like, bro, you want to do coke?
Oh, they would have been like fighting for coke, where fucking Chris took us to.
Yeah.
But like more people were approachable at the narco place.
Way more people were approachable. Way more people, and more people were on their best behavior.
Oh yeah.
And that's the difference. At the narco place, you like, the mindset is, when you step your foot inside here, be on your best behavior. But over there was like, whatever, we're in the fight. Looked like some Mad Max shit.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it reminded me of. Okay, I was like, this shit is hella familiar.
It's just, the thing is, when the Mad Max, and then you say after hours, it looks and it sounds like it's cool, right? It's not.
Well, if it's not your scene, it's not going to be cool. Which is not definitely.
If people were in there dressed up like Mad Max, yeah, but they weren't. That's what I'm saying. They were like in an Adidas tank top that didn't fit them. It was just not, it was grimy.
People walking around in underwear.
Yeah, fucking guys walking around shirtless, just looking beefed up for no reason, just walking. And it was kind of cold too.
It was nippy.
So that's how you know they were on drugs, because they had to take their shirt off.
Right.
That's usually a good indication of they're on drugs. But, and I just wish that mindset really we didn't have with our own people, where it's like, this is the after hours. The people who are going to be there are these type of people.
Allegedly, there wasn't after hours.
Yeah, like this is all like made up stories. So it's like, because the immediate reaction to that was to shut it down. It wasn't a thought about even trying to go there. It was no way. There's no way I'm gonna go there. But it's like, come on, dude. It's like your own people. But then you would rather hang out with these people. So we go hang out there, and it's like, we should have gone to the other spot. For sure. And then even the girls we were with, right?
Yeah.
They even said we should have go hang out with the narcos.
Oh, I wasn't there for that conversation.
They were like, we should have gone over here to the narco side, because it's like, it was better. If we went to the after hours, it would have been way better.
Well, the good thing about the place that we went to last night was that the drinks were cheaper.
Was it?
Yeah, bro, because a shot at the first place would have been like $10-15. Over here, they were $3.
Yeah, because the money's different.
Yeah,
the money's different.
And also, I guess you pay what you get for.
Yeah,
or you get what you pay for. Because I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, I'm sure for the narcos, it's more dangerous for them to even have that spot open. And also, like,
it's a tire shop. No, it's not. Right, bleep that out. Forget that. Bleep that out. Right.
Oh, you want to say the exact address next time?
Yeah, right.
And imagine if this was live, Web Chapel Tire Shop.
Like, oh shit! There's only like 5 of them. Now there's like fucking 100 tire shops.
There's
in
a
Web
whole
Chapel.
street just full of tire shops. You gotta wonder, there's so many tire shops there. How do they all stay open for business? Literally all the same prices. It's impossible for there to be like 13 tire shops in one street here in Web Chapel, and they're all open for business for the past like 10 years.
Plus,
That's not even possible for them to make profit with your competition being. It's like Walmart next to Lowe's, Walmart next to Sam's, right?
well, they're together.
Or like
same
Walmart and
company.
Target, right?
Yeah.
Across from each other. So they tend to have a Walmart and a Target just to create competition, right? But then that drives up the sales for both of them because there's competition.
Yeah.
But now there's like fucking 13 Walmarts in one street. You don't do that because it's like, where do the profits come from? It's like, okay, you got to do something. Something's going on here. But yeah. And then what were we saying before that? Oh, the danger of the narco spot compared to the other spot of them being open. That's why one is more expensive than the other one.
Yeah.
And also because one of them is literally you go in there, there's AC, you sit down, they have bathrooms, their bathrooms are clean.
Well,
For an after hour spot, what about the bathrooms we went to?
I wouldn't take a shit in there.
No?
No.
Okay, I didn't see the toilets. So, and it's I feel like way better.
Nah, yeah, it is in general.
But again, that's not to say that this other spot that's after hours, maybe that was just a one-time thing.
Maybe.
Or maybe they do that every week. I think no, never mind. I think they do that every week.
Well,
Because it's a known after hours.
It was like it's because it was more like a concert kind of venue.
But I think they have that like every weekend where it's an after hours.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely there's a reason why one side is more expensive is because the money's different. The money that walks in the door is different.
Oh yeah.
And to imagine that, and then we're probably going on and on about this narco and EDM after hours shit. Well, to leave it off.
Turns out this show is sponsored by Narcos. New season coming up.
Now we gotta bleep that out because you were gonna believe that. The narco spot probably had less druggies in there than the other spot.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Like compared to the ratio, nah.
I think so. The EDM spot, a lot of them were just out of it.
Well, the thing is, it's different kinds of drugs.
Cocaine.
Yeah, but if you're on coke, you're not gonna be like with your head down, side to side. Like these other dudes were doing at the rave spot. They were doing like different kinds of drugs.
Pills.
Yeah, which
popping
is like,
them.
Yeah, and then at the narco spot, they were
coke.
Yeah, so they're all getting fucked up.
They are, but the fuckers that eat at the EDM, right? Once they get fucked up, they can't drive. The narcos, they're fine to drive home.
Speed
They
racers.
will be safe. It is okay.
That is true. I do.
They're not going to be incoherent. They're not going to be out of the moment. They're not going to be just not even talking or just like, like this, head down. No. Yeah, they do coke, but they got to keep doing it because a good coke wears off in 20 minutes. So you got to keep putting it back in your nose,
How you know that?
I had a friend that did a lot of coke. A lot.
Damn.
But yeah. So yeah, it was a good night. Something new to experience. Will I ever want to experience that again? No, there's no way.
Turns out we're gonna start doing on the side. We're gonna start doing an after hours reviews for Dallas. So send us your spots. Let us know where to go.
And to think that they make money because they make money off of that EDM spot that we went to yesterday. And they literally provide you with nothing other than just music.
Music and a place to get drunk.
That's it. But the people will show up and
it's one of those it's one of those I'm gonna go there so that I'm not home alone kind of places.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't know the feeling because I'm okay. I would have much rather been home alone that night.
Oh no, yeah, I was. Dude, as soon as we got there, I was like, "Fuck, I probably should have just gone home to sleep."
Yeah, because it was described as a art gallery.
Is that what he
Arts?
said?
Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean, there was art. Did you notice the art on the walls?
Man, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, it's it's a spot. Yeah, it's cool. People are into that, and I always promote just be comfortable with what you're comfortable with, regardless of how uncomfortable it makes other people. It's just not for them, and it's not for me, and I won't be going back. But yeah, it was pretty good. So let's get into these hot, juicy topics,
Cheese
right?
mash.
Let's just get into it. So this podcast is going to be probably less questions and more about opinions and shit like that. And where the fuck are my notes? There they are. So yeah, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first with like the first one?
You go first.
All right. So the thing is,
you go only. Actually,
this okay. That's fine. I have so many. I was kind of hoping you would say that. So something, and you even said this. The Pope liked a picture on Instagram of a bikini model, and I looked up who the bikini model is, and at first is I understand you're the Pope, right? But then we gotta understand that's a man at the end. That's a God's man at the end of the day, and the woman that he chose to like, I don't mind her catching blessings. I don't mind her getting those blessings from him. If it was anybody, like, have you seen like a picture of the woman that he liked?
Well, I saw the picture that he liked, but
10 out of 10.
I didn't go through her profile.
10 out of 10. Think about like a bikini model, right?
She was a
boom.
bad bitch, yeah.
We can't call them bitches.
No, respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, she was a bad bitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And in a good way. And I was like, whoa. And it's so crazy too, because there hasn't been any denying it on the side of the Pope.
He never made an announcement or
nothing, right?
He's like, all right, I'm gonna just wait this
I think
out.
He's saying God will handle this.
It is above me now. It
is now in the hands of God. Because when it was in my hands, I liked the picture. It's like somebody probably saw that and is like, grab his phone, take his phone away.
We're gonna take all your social medias away. We're gonna have you on 24-hour supervision for the next.
They're like, give this motherfucker a Razor flip phone. Take his fucking iPhone out of his hands, because for him to do that, it is fucking crazy. But he got caught slipping. Somebody that follows him also followed the bikini model and noticed liked by Pope Francis, and then that's how he got caught.
Oh my God.
And it's like, that is
wait. I thought he got caught because she posted that the Pope liked her picture.
I don't think she did that. I think somebody noticed that also. When it says like people that you follow also like it, and it showed Pope Francis also liked the picture, and it showed his name right there, Pope Francis, and it's like, you little horny motherfucker.
Bro, do you think he fucks?
No, I don't think
he's not supposed to. Yeah, he's not supposed to.
No, I don't think. If I think he fucks, yes. It's not pot. It's not. It is so impossible for him to have those urges, unless he just put himself around men, which he does, but then he doesn't at the same time. Because what is he doing on Instagram, doing all that shit? Also, if he liked it, was he masturbating?
Right?
There's more to this, because the deeper you look into it, because he liked the picture. So if he saw that is the closest thing he's ever seen to porn, which is not a bad thing to see, right? But you start thinking, this is the Pope. This is what, look, if this man is the most holiest of the man that the Catholic Church wants to tell us is the most holiest of the Catholics, right? And he's on Instagram liking bikini model pictures, right? They cannot judge me for anything that I do in my life. I am a saint.
Right?
No, seriously.
Well, okay, so I don't know too much about it, right? But I do know that, like, what I've seen, and this isn't like recent or anything, this is like from the past, but like supposedly he has been one of the most like lenient ones up there.
Like, which I can understand. He supposedly,
like he fucking liked the bikini model picture on
that
Instagram,
is beyond lenient. That is sinning. He sinned on Instagram.
And for everyone to know, bro,
they caught him in 4K.
I bet you she got hella fucking followers after that too.
As she should.
Hella,
she caught a blessing.
She deserves him.
And then the Pope goes, "It was a blessing."
Right. Amen.
Yeah, she said, I saw her story 2 weeks ago that she was having a tough time. So now She is famous.
His fucking bio's gonna say DM for inquiries.
Hit me up for promos. It's gonna have Pope. You like, damn, Pope Francis is like posting a lot of stories. You scroll through them, is like John 5:18, Psalms 4:17, right? Yeah, Psalms. And then it goes like all this other Bible verses, and then you click on the next one. It says, "Hit me up for promos, 100 for 24 hours, $300 if you want 2 days.
Hit me up if you got Wells Fargo, Chase, or Bank of America. What?
We accept all kinds. EBT, what's up?" And yeah, hit me up for blessings.
Nah, bro, but like he because I think people were going off on him too, because like
they should.
He said no before this, because he was talking about like gay marriages and whatnot,
right?
And he was like for it. He was, he's like real peaceful or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why he's
he has to be against it. Has to be.
I'm pretty sure it was him that he was just.
I heard the same thing. No, I heard the same thing, but I'm saying he has to be against it. Look, if you're gonna represent, the Catholic Church, you represent the Catholic Church to the fullest, right? You put your foot down. Don't seem weak. Now, me, myself, you love and you fuck who you want to fuck and who you want to love. If you fuck them and love them in front of me, I'm not going to judge you. I'm so happy that I see happiness. I'm serious. Like, if I see two gay couples kissing and everything, and then she touches her breast in front of me, I'm like, I'm for it, right?
Oh, what if it was a guy couple?
They have to get a room. They can't be doing that in public. Look, but the whole point is, right, you love who you love and you fuck who you fuck, right? At the end of the day, it's your life. You have a short life. Live it how you want to live it. But if you're the Pope, now you got to live your life how that Bible's telling you to live that life. And, there could be the Bible never says you can't love a gay. You can't be gay. And I fully get it, but that's what their story's been since the beginning of the Catholic Church, right? So with that being said, if he's over there saying to my face that he's okay with gay marriage, I'll be like, you are a fucking snake. You're a deceitful motherfucker. Don't say these lies. And then it turns out he's over here liking Instagram models' pictures. It's like, you fucking snake.
Imagine how his Snapchat feed looks, bro.
Crazy. I didn't even know, motherfucker. I didn't even know he had an Instagram till they said that.
Yeah, that asked me either.
And then it's like, first of all, here's the thing, right? Here's what we have to think about. It wasn't on the page that he follows. It wasn't a follower, right? It could be, maybe she follows him, but it's like when you go to your feed, she's not on his feed, right? You got to go explore.
Yeah, I was gonna say his explore page is fucking live, huh?
And then if you're on the explore and you be seeing bikinis, right? That means because that's all you be looking at. The algorithm on Instagram it's going to show you only things that you keep on looking at, what you spend more time on. That's how they draw you in.
Yeah.
And then can you believe Instagram made the Pope sin? They got his ass. Got ya. And then it's like that accidental double tap. And these old twos who he was probably shaking, and he didn't want to double tap it, but his age got his ass.
The devil was working hard that day, bro.
Yeah, the devil made him twitch. Oh shit, done. The devil's like, I did my job. I'm out. Now, that's all I had to do to ruin the Catholic image, is make this motherfucker go 2 times, have a mini stroke. I scared you, grabbed your heart. There's the devil. Motherfucker. God said I can't kill you, but he didn't say I can't scare you. Squeeze his heart, and the Pope goes,
1,000 years of death.
And then the devil just goes back into his hole. That is something, because it's like, this is the holy of the holy. This is the guy that tells you if you masturbate, your dick will fall off. And then here he is, bikini model liking, and it's like, okay, this lets you know that these holy people, they are just human. Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta bring our mindset back down to, at the end of the day, that's another human. He did what any other human would do when they see some big titty girl with a nice body in a bikini. You're gonna like it. He did that. He did exactly that. So, no matter who you are, if the Pope is doing that, right? No matter who you are, do not get mad at me because I'm on Instagram looking at girls' pictures. The Pope does it. Don't ever tell another man that's in a committed relationship, that is married, that has kids. Don't ever tell him that he's a bad person, that he's a pervert, or that he's a scumbag because he's out here liking other girls' pictures on Instagram. But the Pope did it and he's going to heaven. So don't be coming at me like that. Don't.
Oh my God.
Don't. I'm gonna go to heaven.
That's the best excuse right now.
Because then if the Pope is in heaven, right, and then I'm at the gates and I'm knocking, and then I'm saying no because you lived the life of a pervert. It's like you have the Pope. No, Francis, tell him what you did.
Tell him I'm outside. Call him.
Francis. You want me to say her name right now, Francis?
First name basis and everything.
Let him in. Yeah. Because we know his secret. The angels up there don't. We do. We caught his ass in 4K. Literally, there was a 4K image of her. Fucking 1080p.
Ah, shit.
Everything. Nipples. He must have gone to the page. I know he did too. I know he didn't just look at that and be like, this is it.
Does she have like an OnlyFans or what?
No, I don't have no idea. But you must have. If you like a girl's page, if you like a girl's pictures on Instagram, right? Do you go to her page to see if she's got more of the like pictures? Do you? Like if you like a girl's pictures, right, that you see on the Explore page, don't you go to her like actual
her
page
profile,
and then you scroll like, wow, she's actually really beautiful, right? He must have done that.
Yeah, because was that a recent picture? I mean, I don't even know.
Of her? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So. Yeah. And then it's like, man, and then it's like no other girl is gonna get another like from Pope Francis.
She fucked it up for everyone. Whoever that person exposed them.
She's the chosen one.
Right? We find out they're getting married, bro. What?
They never said Jesus was gonna come back as a man.
Oh shit!
It's getting really deep right now. This is the Pope's way to send us a message.
Right?
He said God talks to him, but maybe he can't tell God's secret.
God talks through me.
And then it's like that girl right there, which is really fucked up. You imagine how fucked up it would be. You think people will accept that if Jesus comes back as a woman?
I think a lot of people would go off, bro.
I would see a lot of, and I feel like there would be like marches and everything. That's not our Jesus, right? And a lot of them will have chewing tobacco in their mouth. The majority of them will, spitting on the ground, walking in each other's spit of chewing tobacco, having monsters but empty, but just for the spit. I really do feel that would be like the majority of the people in those crowds that would not accept if Jesus Christ or the next Messiah comes back as a woman.
Nah, I feel like like a lot of Hispanic would also feel the same way, bro.
Yeah, but they won't go out in March. Nah. They got to go to work. They're not missing work for nothing. The Messiah is a woman? Chingada madre.
Pues ahí nomás, a ver.
All right, I got to go to work. The fuck am I going to do? Nah, but I feel like that white people will take off of work. White people will march and burn their jobs down.
They're gonna boycott.
They're gonna boycott their own business
until it becomes a man.
Until she decides to do like surgery or something to make himself a man or some shit. Something. I really do feel people would have such a big problem with the next Messiah. Either way, if a Messiah ever decides to show themselves, or if God ever decides to, this goes on to, okay, the whole Jesus Christ thing is true, right, with messiahs and everything. If another Messiah decides to show themselves, they're gonna die. They're gonna get killed.
No, but
they will not live long enough for them to be cared for like that.
Yeah, live on this planet.
No, especially nowadays. Someone will kill them. Doesn't matter who they are. It could be the government, a government, somebody, because if a Messiah does come back and his whole purpose is to free us from our chains, that is our political governments, they will not live. They will not live, because a Messiah that's like the typical Jesus Christ, right? Their whole purpose is that your oppressors is this government. right? And shit like that, right? And the Messiah, it will not fall underneath the rule of a government. That's the fucking Messiah. You're gonna tell me that you're a Democrat is more important than the Son of God? No, I'm gonna follow the Son of God, motherfucker. Like don't care your laws. What does he have to say?
Right?
I'm gonna follow him. That's my leader, right? They will not let him live. Impossible. He will bring down so many powerful people if they let him live. But then you start to think, but then what if those powerful people stop because they see that the Son of God is here?
Well, you know what I heard? I heard that Biden's gonna die. Sounds dark, right?
Yeah, holy shit. Where are you taking this? Where are you taking this?
I saw this theory that, like, I don't know where it came from. It came from like one of the past presidents that he triggered some type of like witch curse from someone, and so every president that was elected in any year that ends with a 0 gets killed during their presidency.
That's not even possible. There hasn't been that many presidents that has been killed. There's been 2.
Well, so that means but no. But you got to think about
that ends with a 0.
Yeah, so when they got elected on the year that ends with a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
it's not going to be many, of course, because there's only been like 46 presidents, right? 46. I don't even know the number, right? To be honest. But like Lincoln, they listed a whole list of presidents since everything started, and it was like Lincoln was on there, JFK was on there, and like 2 other guys were on there.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to forget that that Joe Biden is actually old. Like when I say old, he is. By the time his presidency finishes, he will be 80 years old. His mind right now is gone. It's not as because I was looking at old videos of Biden when he first appeared. This motherfucker was smart. This motherfucker was quick with it. He well spoken. The way he would just talk and hold himself was of a damn. This guy has it. Like if you, because again, in his time, he was the youngest to ever do what he did, which to get into politics and become like at his age, he was more powerful than the motherfuckers that were 50 years old in politics. And he went in that bitch at 28 years old. He was already a politician, a big time politician at 20 years old, right? And he was quick with it. He knew what he was talking about. His demeanor was just smooth, like, oh, I'll light a cigarette in your face and I'm not scared about this debate, right? Boom, right? Mm-hmm. That was his whole demeanor. Now you can kind of tell that his mouth is on auto, but his brain just can't like fully tell the mouth exactly what to properly say at the time.
It's like one of those things where you think of 2 words and then so like you end up crossing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's on that always now. It's not like a little hiccup. It's now his mind just does not, like, he confused Putin with running Israel. And then it was like a big fuck up. But then at the end, like, but you know what he means? It's like, we can't be having this. We can't be having the president fucking up Putin and where Putin controls. We can't be having this powerful man slurring his speeches. This motherfuckers will be talking to other powerful people. And they're gonna be looking like, I'm gonna take advantage of you.
That's crazy, bro. He's fucking old as shit.
Yeah,
bro.
They're saying a lot of people are saying, well, yeah, no, not a lot of people. Twitter will make it seem like a lot of people. Anyways, so they're saying, it's basically he'll serve 2 years, die, and then Camila will hold up the rest. Because here's the thing. He did not win the presidency because people like him. He did not win because people were out marching, vote for Biden, vote for. That did not happen. He won because people just really didn't like Trump. That is the only, like, it could have been a fucking puppet running against Trump, and the fucking puppet, the make-believe imaginary puppet would have won. It could have been absolutely anybody. It could have been Bernie would have just demolished if they just did right by us and gave us Bernie how we properly deserve from that side. If so, it's between Bernie and Joe. You really gave us fucking Joe, you motherfuckers. Give us at least Bernie, you fucking sick fucks. And people did not march for Biden. The Biden rallies, it was this is the thing. People don't like Biden. This is what people need to understand. And then people do not like Biden. Biden did not win because of how amazing he is and his opinions. He won because people just really don't like Trump. Like, really. So what's going to end up happening is after Biden's 4 years, if he runs for re-election, he's going to lose by a landslide.
If he makes it to 4
Yeah,
years.
if he makes it. Even the president could be like,
so fucked up, bro.
it is, but it's, he's at that age. But no, he will make it. He'll make it. So the next time, so after 4 years, the next presidency, I would put money on it with anybody. He will lose by a landslide. He will get fucking run down, like whoever he runs up against, because he doesn't have supporters. There's no Biden supporters. There's Trump haters, and a lot of them. But yeah, and that's why I don't go to EDM shows,
right?
Basically, because of that shit. But yeah, fucking liking that girl's pictures on Instagram is crazy to think that a holy man like himself would do such a sinful act.
Did you watch that Kevin Hart special?
I did. Did you watch it?
I started watching it like before I came over here today.
Right.
And I think I watched like the first 20 minutes of it. I didn't like it so far.
The thing with that is I just googled the girl that he liked. It's like, damn, cheeked up. She's cheeked up for days.
What's that meme? Double
cheeked up for no reason.
Yeah.
She double cheeked up for the holy himself.
For the holy.
She's got a holy ass.
Ah, shit.
She's got the
holy body.
Catch those blessings. Rub the cheeks for good luck type of deal going on with her now. Yeah, the Kevin Hart special to me actually made me kind of sad inside. I was watching it, and the more that I kept watching it, the sadder I felt I was getting.
Like, okay, for the 20 minutes that I watched, the jokes that he was doing, like, cause don't get me wrong, I used to think he's fucking hilarious. Like his even his like YouTube series, if you watch them, they're fucking hilarious. But I feel like these jokes were like extra, if that makes sense. Like you could tell, like it felt like he was trying extra hard to make somebody laugh.
Yeah, it looked like he was imitating himself.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
He was imitating how he used to sound like.
Hey, I just heard like.
I know, I was here.
Okay.
So he was imitating how he used to sound like. The ad libs were unnecessary. That he would, you know what I mean? Like he would, if you keep watching it, he throws in a lot of extra unnecessary.
You know, you sounded like the professor from fucking The Simpsons.
Oh, the crazy one?
Yeah.
He has like a twin brother or something?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah, his comedy special, and I know a lot of people are saying, you tried doing that for an hour. What are we doing right now? You know? Keeping you entertained for an hour. But I fully understand that getting up on stage is extremely hard, extremely nervous. It's to create content where you talk nonstop for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes. It's extremely hard to do. It's not something that is easy. But again, guys, we are talking about a top tier, top of the list, the number one comedian in the world, by far, Kevin Hart. So for Ed to do this and for it to sound like this is extremely disappointing because he's not a nobody. He is the number one comedian in the world. Imitating how he used to sound like was kind of sad. He lost it.
I haven't heard all of it, but I see what you're saying, bro. Because I mean, look, his other specials are fucking funny. Like
funny.
His YouTube videos are fucking funny.
And he was during quarantine. What the fuck else does he have to do?
Maybe that's
other
what it
than
is.
Write good jokes.
No, maybe that's what it is. Maybe because nothing is really going on, he's uninspired.
You can still be funny.
It's like
We
when
don't have
it's
nothing
like
going on, but guess what we do? We're still funny.
no, it's like this. It's like this. It's like well, he's been pretty rich for a while though.
No, but yeah,
But
no, I get it. But with that point being said, quarantine, you're still like if the number one comedian in the world, you're funny.
Yeah.
You're funny. It's like as soon as we start making a lot of money, say if somehow we make so much money off of this podcast and this podcast stops being funny, no. Why? Because me and you are naturally funny. We've been funny before we even decided to record each other. I know I've been funny for years. I know you've been funny for years. That's why this podcast is so funny and people fuck with it. So when you see somebody get to that level and their comedy special, their first comedy special on Netflix only is just like, I promise you, watch the whole thing. Watch the whole thing. You're gonna be. It's like, wow, this could have been so big. This could have been better. You literally just imitated your old comedy self, like your little shticks and your little movements that you do. You're now acting like Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart used to be fucking hilarious. When I would watch him on YouTube, I would be crying laughing at his jokes. Funny. This just seems like, the majority of the people that he's around is white. His jokes.
That's what it is. And like, look, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like when your favorite music artist gets signed, and like his older music was like so fucking badass, but like now that he has this white people money, the album came out trash, or that's controlling it.
Yeah, I could see how that could be the same. I could see that. But yeah, I could see how it's the same. It's just I hold a comedian to a different standard than a musician. Only because there's like so many musicians. There's just not that many comedians that are good.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a lot of people that try to be comedians.
That try. Keyword, that try.
But and there's a lot of people that try to be. Here's the thing, right? With a musician, you can have a one-hit wonder, right? Yeah. With a musician, you can have people that make great music, but then you find out they don't know how to make music.
Oh, like it was never really them. It was a whole production team behind it. Yeah.
Right. With a comedian, you have to be funny. You can have writers, but if you don't know how to tell the joke because you're just not funny, it won't be funny. Yeah. It's the way you hit that point. It's just exactly how to be funny. And there's not that many good comedians out there. There's a handful. But with rappers, with musicians, you can create a musician. You can't create a comedian. You know what I mean? So that's why I hold Kevin Hart to like a way higher standard when it comes to just creativity, with creation, with motivation, just to a whole nother level. So when I saw this, I was like, dude, I cannot relate to you literally making your living room into a theater, because this was all in his living room.
Yeah, I saw that. That's kind of cool, the idea of it, though.
It is. I just can't relate, because guess who won't ever be able to go in your living room? Me. I can go to one of your shows, to one of your venues. I will never be able to step a foot inside of that living room of yours, right? I can't relate to that money. The whole comedy special I couldn't relate to. His jokes that he made about the little struggles of his life that he has now, I was like, you're so fucking rich that I can't relate to any of this pain. Like one of his jokes was about how he went to another famous comedian's house, and then I'm not gonna tell you the joke, but it's more of a
spoiler alert.
It's like, wow, that's for you to, you are famous. Yeah, you're pretty fucking famous. And then it's like, oh, that sounds like white people problems. Me hearing that coming out of his mouth is like, okay.
Is that racist?
White people problems?
Yeah.
The white people problem was, it wasn't a problem, but it was a white people situation about pan pizza. And everybody was cheering, pizza, pizza. Grown men his age and women screaming pizza at a little get together at a rich person's house.
What?
No, exactly. And that was his whole joke. And then he said, I just started singing along. And I was like, no, you wouldn't have. No, nobody does that, Kevin. No, you're making this up.
Cerveza, cerveza.
Exactly. So you're gonna say, yeah, I was at one of my Mexican friends' house and everybody was singing cerveza. And it's like, no, Kevin. No, Kevin. Nobody does that, Kevin. You're trying really hard to be funny right now. And he did this other joke about a specific boxer, right? And how they compared him to this boxer. So I looked up the name of the boxer that he was making jokes about because they were saying that he was like him when he tried to box. Completely made up name, made up boxer, made up person. Fake story.
You could tell right off the bat.
That's why I looked it up. I was like, Kevin Hart, Sir Hart, Mr. Hart. That doesn't sound like an actual story. You're trying to be funny right now, but you're trying really hard. And I just felt it, right? So like, let me look up the name of the boxer that he's talking about. Doesn't exist. Never existed.
You know what? You know what it could be too, bro. And then talking about boxing, there's something I want to talk about, right? Well, you probably know what I want to talk about.
Anyway. No, I don't. But go ahead.
All right. Maybe his life is so good to the point, because like think about this. A lot of the stories that he like made him funny was struggles.
Right.
Right. But I mean, I doubt he's really struggling now. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe like he's just in such a good place in his life.
Right.
That it's just hard to find something funny to talk about because he's always like making fun of himself.
That is true. I feel like no matter where you are in your life, you will always find some sort of struggle. But as long as you're honest with yourself, your struggle will be a struggle for you. But I feel like he was just trying so hard to be relatable to people that he forgot that that's not relatable. You know, when somebody tries to act relatable in a situation, they come off as corny and obnoxious. Like, shut the fuck up, you know? Like, again, my situation when I was telling you about they start playing Gucci Man at this white show, Leave, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what that was. He was trying really hard to be relatable. When it's like, just say, like, just be honest. Like, be like honest with your, because he has to have struggles. Like, he went through a cheating scandal.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he went through a whole car crash. So his life is not perfect. And again, yeah, he's talked about that, right? But I'm sure there's other stuff that has happened in his life. But he is now so big and famous that if he puts his struggles out there, he will lose money somewhere else.
That's probably what it is, right? All these endorsements.
Exactly. So he can't be saying that he has threesomes.
Well, see,
he can't be saying jokes about that he saw his friend's dick or jacking off, because he used to make jokes like that.
He did.
He made a joke about Patrice O'Neal and how he walked in on Patrice O'Neal because Patrice O'Neal was in town and he needed a place to stay. So he let his friend Patrice O'Neal stay at his place. And Kevin Hart said, yeah, I came back home and this motherfucker was jacking in front of my computer. He was just jacking off. Fucking hilarious. But now, because of who he is, he cannot make jokes like that.
And that's fucking ironic, because isn't the name of the fucking special like I don't give a fuck?
Zero fucks given.
Boy.
Many fucks given. This seemed whitewashed comedy special, super safe. See? Don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. No, 100%. None of every single joke that he says up there is said in order to hurt nobody's feelings. He didn't want to hurt the black community, white community, Asian, Mexican, Indian, no matter who you are. These jokes were not specifically centered around any type of community, any type of persona. It's just corny. It's a corny stand-up special, and it's really, really, and he feels it too because he commented on it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He's like, guys, this is zero fucks given. You do what you want. My fans are going to keep supporting me. And if you don't fuck with it, then that is fine. My fans fuck with it. But it's like, no, dude, your fans don't fuck with it.
No,
the people that fuck with it are the people that just don't like the fucking.
Is that he doesn't give a fuck, bro? That's what it is. He got a check from Netflix. That's what he gives a fuck about.
Nobody gives a fuck. Here's the thing, because he commented on it. You can't say I don't give a fuck, but you comment on the situation of it being loud enough for you to get the feedback that it's not good. Zero fucks given. Don't comment on it then, right? Zero fucks given. But that's not. He feels that is not funny, and I think even his friends were saying, "Yeah, man, whatever." Because he has a podcast with his friends, that he does it on the radio, and one of his friends was like, "Man, whatever, man." This because one of his friends even said it wasn't good. one of his friends told him straight. I was like, "Look, man, you got to understand. It's not for everybody. Man. It ain't for me." And it's like one of his actual best friends. His best friends make fun of him all the time, and
That's good.
it is funny. Have you seen him?
Nah.
Okay, so if you just go on YouTube and you look at the, this is actually funny. On this is actually hilarious. That's why it's a big letdown because he hasn't stopped being funny to me until now. He is funny to me still. It's just this was not funny.
Special.
Because I've seen him in his natural, like him feeling comfortable in his own home with his friends, right? He has like 4 or 5 friends that have been with him since he started the career, and before that they're also comedians in their own, or they got something to do with him, right? And long life friends that these people are. And so they do this Heartbeat Productions. Go on there and look this up, and they're talking, and they fucking make fun of him so many times because they were talking about. They remember one time, and Kevin Hart was talking about the movies that he made, and it was like, yeah, man, but which one of them is good? Name them. He's like, okay, so I dropped this, I dropped that. Yeah. Name the good ones, Kevin. And they were just making fun of him because he was just dropping movie after movie after movie. And they were saying, man, you ain't worth nothing. Like, you'll do anything at this point, even if it's not good. I thought, you can't be saying that. Like, I just did this one and this one. Exactly. And they were just making fun of him so hard. But again, even his friend, he has like a good sense of actual friends, where, because even he himself said that. And this is a quote. It didn't come from him. It didn't come from me. It said, a lot of times these comedians, no, all the comedians are funny because it comes from a point of misery. Funny comes from misery.
Yeah.
Like true funny. Like there's these people that are funny, but like somebody will say a joke that's only to harm somebody, right? But they're not funny, right? But actual funny comes from misery because they understand what makes people feel really bad. They understand what pain is. So they also understand on what to say in order to make you feel good, in order to make you laugh, because they understand misery. So they understand people. Kevin Hart doesn't have that much misery left in him.
Nah, bro. See, that's what I was saying, bro. It's like,
and if he does,
that's good now.
No, actually, the way that he was talking about, and that's why I couldn't relate to it either, because none of it seemed like he was hurting in life, which is like not even realistic, because now you're not even coming off as human throughout the whole stand-up special, because you have to have something that you're insecure about. Nobody's perfect. So something about you, like, are you insecure about your body, Kevin? Insecure about his something? Height. His height, even though he said his height so many times, keep making fun of your height. We love you for that. Something in your life has to be so bad, because we all have that one thing that we feel in our life is bad, and then when you tell that to somebody, they're like, shut the fuck up, that's not bad, right? But still, because you feel bad, you can say some jokes about it. Nobody is perfect. Nobody lives the perfect life, regardless of how rich and famous you are. There are rich people that are depressed. No matter who you are, something in your life is not perfect. It's just this comedy special just came off as my life's perfect. Like, that's not even relatable. What the fuck? I can't relate to that.
I really want to know that you're doing bad too, Kevin. No, right?
Anything. Just something that I would feel like this is a struggle, or like something that is going on in the world. Like again, you can't really compare him to another person. But for example, Dave Chappelle. His way of storytelling and then making you laugh at the end of the day with one of the saddest things that is going on in this world, somebody's murder, the protest, but then him finding the funny in misery, is why Dave Chappelle will always be better than anybody else.
So he's number one.
And here's the thing, he never sold out.
He didn't, bro. That shit was wild, bro. And it was worth it in the long run.
And let's say Dave Chappelle... No, the only reason why I say Kevin Hart's number one comedian in the world is just when it comes to numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Kevin Hart has movies, has this, has that, this production, doing this, doing that. Kevin Hart is just on it. So he's the number one comedian in the world. But the number one comedian is Dave Chappelle. And every comedian will say that without pride. Who's the best comedian? Kevin Hart. Dave Chappelle. Chris Rock will say Dave Chappelle. When people talk about Dave Chappelle, it's like, I can't come close. Like I've heard interviews and stories of Kevin Hart hanging out with Chris Rock, and they just went to go see Dave Chappelle at this little comedy store, right? And then they said, yeah, we went over there and we were just writing, throwing jokes back and forth. And Dave Chappelle comes on, and he goes on for an hour. And me and Chris look at each other and we throw away all the shit we just wrote because we can't. We were like, whatever we just wrote is not funny because we just are funny, and that's them acknowledging that whatever they write cannot compare to what Dave Chappelle has to say. And then it's the thing with Dave Chappelle, he'll just go on stage and just fucking go. Like it's nothing that he wrote. He would just go on stage and just talk. And there's people that has said, other comedians said, yeah, Dave Chappelle just asked if he can go in front of me and do like a quick 15, 30 minutes. He was on there for 2 hours. And it was like, and I was like, then they go, I'm not even mad at it. I'm really happy he did that, actually. I sat down and I was enjoying the show. And there's famous comedians that say that they don't mind Dave Chappelle doing that to them because of them enjoying how much it is to be in front of Dave Chappelle just to hear him talk live. And that is the difference. Dave Chappelle, who has found success in every single way. Dude, the fucking How High, not How High, the fucking his Half Baked. That, have you seen Half Baked? His movie.
I feel like I have. I just can't remember right
Half
now.
Baked is funnier than any Kevin Hart movie. Okay? The fucking a Dave Chappelle, one Dave Chappelle comedy skit episode. They used to come on Comedy Central on the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
One episode is funnier than any Kevin Hart movie. And that is the truth.
You don't like Jumanji? Nah.
and Dave Chappelle, if he chose to, he could have gone the same route Kevin Hart did. Right?
But he didn't.
He was like, nah, I'm fine. And at the end of the day, Dave Chappelle is still one rich motherfucker.
Hella rich, bro.
And he will get paid the most for his comedy specials now, to the point he doesn't want to really keep dropping them. He'll do it whenever he wants to.
Yeah, he's in control.
And this is something he's doing in Texas. And he's doing this a lot in Texas because a lot of comedians are moving over here to Texas for this reason. Yeah. Specifically is what Dave Chappelle is doing. He's having shows. But in these, and I found out about this through because I was into him on the Joe Rogan podcast. And in his shows, what needs to happen is, in order for you to go to one of his shows, you have to have a paper form from your doctor that says you just recently got checked for COVID. And without this paper, you will not be allowed in. So everybody that's inside of his show has been tested for COVID. And that's the only way that you can even get a ticket to get inside. You have to have a recent checkup from your doctor saying that you're COVID free, and then you're allowed in the show. And then he himself gets checked like once a week for COVID as well to make sure everybody's safe. And he's doing this in Texas where he does pop-up shows, announces it, and then you go to it.
We're going to Austin or what?
If he goes back to Austin, I will get a COVID check so I can go watch him.
Hell yeah.
I will do that because I want to see him live.
You think he's going to come to Dallas?
He will.
Let's go to
He
that.
will. He's been going throughout Texas, making people just laugh, and that's what he likes to do. He likes doing that more than anything, which is the difference between him and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart doesn't do that. Kevin Hart's money isn't with comedy specials, with stand-up anymore. Kevin Hart's money is with his own production studio, with his own movies. Jumanji, that's like one of the biggest movies in the world. That's where his money's at. Doing movies with The Rock, then that's Kevin Hart's. And again, that's why this comedy special wasn't funny, because his focus is not, comedy specials.
Yeah.
His focus is, what's the next big thing I can do? What other movie would be bigger than Jumanji? The next bigger thing that I can do with that. Then the next thing is maybe he becomes part of the Marvel universe.
Right?
Something. He's going to be in the next Black Panther as the Black Kitten. The Black Kitten? Get it? Yeah, because he's short.
Little.
Damn it, man. I'm so funny. And then, but yeah, that's just what I thought about that whole comedy special. It could have definitely been better. It could have definitely not have been worse.
It's like, yeah, bro, because it's one of, like you were just saying, dude, it's like one of those things where, like you saying, that's not his main focus. Like, did you watch the Ellen one?
I've never found her funny.
Oh,
I've never found Ellen funny.
well, I found her entertaining, right? Because I've seen like a few, like I find her clips entertaining. I never really watched a full episode of her show, right? But when I saw that she dropped that special, I like tried watching it, and I was like, bro, this shit is garbage. I don't
Yeah,
fuck with it. But I feel like it has to do, like you said, because their main focus is not making people
yeah.
laugh like
Their
that.
money's not in
It's
that.
doing other
No.
shit, you know.
Dave Chappelle's main focus is actually bringing people joy. That's all. And you can always tell because look at all the shit he's going. He doesn't have to do this. He can make another one deal with Netflix and he'll be again good for the next 10 years.
He's already good for life. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's choosing to go through this entire process of making sure everybody in the audience gets checked. You got to think about the amount of motivation, the amount of consistency, the amount of just thrive that somebody has, that they will spend all this money to make sure that the shows still happen. You got to make sure you get a checkup. I'm gonna have a doctor on hand with me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna travel in Texas. I could catch COVID, but I'm gonna still do it. I'm a rich ass motherfucker. I could be in my home, my luxurious mansion, in my fucking house, right? Yeah, instead, I'm gonna do this in Texas. I'm gonna go to Texas and do this shit, and that's what he's doing. And again, that's why he's funny, because he does this consistently. He's never stopped. A lot of people's always said, even in the times where he was in the spotlight, he would just pop up somewhere in a comedy store and just sit down and talk, and he would have people just dying of laughter. And it was a lot of material he never used for a show. He just got up there because he wanted to. Because he was just boom. Hey, can I go up there? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. But yeah. And then and you got anything else you want to talk about on the topic?
Oh yeah. What were we talking about earlier? Boxing.
Yeah.
Bro, I know we talked about this earlier, like in a previous episode, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, bro. The fucking Logan Paul and Mayweather, bro.
Look, the thing with this, right? Good for Logan Paul.
Hell yeah, bro.
Good for him. Good for Mayweather too.
Why?
They're gonna make a lot of money.
Hell yeah, bro.
The thing is, right, with Logan Paul, good for you, right? Because there is now a possibility that you will fight the #1 boxer that has ever stepped a foot inside of the ring, which you have to know, no matter what you do in life, you will not win that fight. But for you to talk the talk and for you to be this mega star that you are, and this person and this human that you are, and the energy that you give off in this world, to the point where now you will step your foot inside of the ring. Because it all started out with them doing YouTube boxing. Of Logan Paul just wanted to do this, is now it's going to lead up to him actually stepping inside the ring with the #1 fighter to have ever have existed. Which again, you could dispute it, you could
Still not
debate it. It's not, but it's a possibility at this point because there's been back-to-back conversations from the both of them through social media, right? So all we know is maybe there's been more talk behind it, and this is just to promote it even more. So for him to do that is, when people say speak it into existence, this is actually the proof of somebody that just went into boxing and, maybe, he lost to KSI. Maybe it could be KXI versus Floyd, but that's not going to happen. It's going to be Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. And for Floyd Mayweather to still have this hold on culture itself, right? Pop culture, not hip hop culture, not boxing culture, pop culture, which is, he is still worldwide with it, of his name being, Floyd Mayweather. To the point is, people really still want to see the most famous YouTuber, Logan Paul, step in the ring with who? With fucking the most current big boxer? No, with the boxer that hasn't been in the ring in years, which is Floyd Mayweather.
Turns out he ends up fighting fucking Ryan Garcia, bro. Hell no.
Yeah, either way, he's going to lose.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is that I just find it so fucking funny because it's like promotion. When Logan posted that video, I don't know if you guys have seen it or if you've seen it, where he's like, sign the contract. If you don't know how to spell your name, look, let me spell it out for you.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, this is hella advertisement. Like,
yeah.
know?
And it was
clever though.
Yeah, in the thing with that, right? So he was punching the punching bag, right? Look, that's Logan Paul punching the punching bag. You know, cool. You know, you beefed up. You know, you
hunky.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
you looking how you looking. You punching the punching bag, kind of really tough and menacing because you do know how to box at this point in your life. I've seen Floyd Mayweather talking while punching a punching bag. Floyd Mayweather looks like a speeding bullet with his hands punching that punching bag. I've seen him. What was that thing that dangles like in the back of your throat? What was that shit called?
Cardi B.
That shit, no, not Cardi B. That shit that you punch, that hangs, the
speed
ball.
bag, the speed bag.
I've seen him punch the speed bag super fucking fast. Light speed, right? Light speed, right? Looking at the camera, smiling, laughing, and talking. And taunting the camera while he's just going at it really fucking fast at that speed bag. There's a different level of skill that is unreachable to Logan Paul. Logan Paul will never reach the skill that Floyd Mayweather has achieved because Floyd has this skill based off of his father and uncle also being boxers, which led to him boxing since he was a baby, basically. And that's how he obtained the skills of an Olympic fighter, how he obtained the skills of an undefeated professional boxer. In no way will, if they fight, which I hope they do, it'll be really funny. But if they do, there's no possible way that Logan Paul wins.
Dude, imagine if he does. What the fuck?
If they fight, I really do feel, Logan Paul's gonna get knocked out.
I really do feel that too. But like, I know damn well he's gonna win, right? It's the fucking Mayweather. But a big part of me, or a little part of me, I'm just gonna say that, a part of me just wants to see, like, all right, what if this is the fight that Mayweather fucking loses? Like, what is 50 Cent gonna say?
50 Cent have a lot to say, a lot of funny shit to say, and I've seen. Okay, so to put it like this, I've seen Logan Paul punch KSI in the face as hard as he could, right? Right? Have you ever seen that fight? It's on YouTube for free.
I saw highlights.
Yeah, it's on YouTube for free. So I've seen. Did I say Kevin Hart?
No, did you?
Might have.
No, you said KSR.
Damn it! Where's my head? So I've seen Logan Paul punch KSI in the face as hard as he could, and that didn't knock out KSI, right?
But KSI is tough.
Yeah, he is, right? And that's KSI boxing for 1 year when they fought, right? Now, I've seen Floyd Mayweather get punched in the face harder than I've ever seen anybody get punched in the face by Maidana, to the point where it chipped one of his tooth out of his mouth during that punch. Like, his tooth fell out of his face when Maidana punched him. Ever seen that punch? There's like 2-3 seconds left in the fight, and Marcos Maidana just throws his fucking out of nowhere as hard as he could, punched him right in the face, jaw, got him really good to the point it chipped off a tooth from Mayweather, right? During the fight, Mayweather just started wobbling really fucking hard as fuck, but he still stood. He didn't fall. That lets me know.
And he won.
And he won the fight. And Maidana is a knockout artist. Maidana is known to put people on the ground, knock them the fuck out with that punch. It didn't knock out Mayweather, right? So no matter what happens, nothing that Logan Paul can do will knock out Mayweather. Nothing. Because if as hard as he could, he punched this guy, right? Didn't knock him out. And I've seen Mayweather get punched by one of the hardest punchers in the game. Didn't knock him out. this is like for any. I feel like for anybody that feels like this fight could go into Logan's direction in this fight, you have to be in the ages of 12 and 16 for you not to know that the fight or you've just never seen boxing.
Yeah, you don't know anything about boxing.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about boxing, right? But I know damn well enough of who Mayweather's been punched in the face by, and that is Marcos Maidana, who is known as a knockout artist to knock out these motherfuckers, right? Hard, right? So, for anybody, right? To say that Logan Paul has a good chance, go to your room. I can't be mean to you.
Go to timeout. Go to the corner.
Look at the corner. Exactly. You don't get no juice today.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, give me them Lunchables. Give me your fucking Lunchables, motherfucker. You know what? Remember how you're not going to get any Fortnite. No more Fortnite. No more V-Bucks. No, you're not getting V-Bucks.
Bro, that's like the worst thing for these little kids.
I'm using your V-Bucks. That's what I'm going to do. So that's basically the only audience that I feel, and Logan Paul has fans, but even his fans are, I feel smart enough to know that, okay, this is going to be an entertaining fight. Logan Paul, you're not going to win.
Well, it's because he's real entertaining. Like, I'm not, dude, you got to give it up to him. He's really fucking entertaining.
He's extremely entertaining.
Like, he came out of a horrible ass situation, bro.
Yeah.
Situation.
So he is naturally entertaining. He who he is as a person is just, he has what it takes to be entertaining. His persona is he who is entertaining. I feel that situation, so especially before, he was just trying to be like, he fell into having to provide content.
Yeah.
So even see now, he'll say that he doesn't vlog every day. He doesn't try to provide content every day, because him recording a dead body and posting it, that was the result of a young person with the mindset of, I have to provide content every day.
Yeah, bro. And like I look at I saw like his old vlogs compared to the new ones. The old ones like, what's up, Logan? All that like shit, whatever. And I was like, bro, this shit is annoying to watch.
Very.
But the new ones are more like he's genuine,
It seems like a real person.
Yeah,
and the new ones don't come out every day. Maybe they might not come out for like 2-3 days, but when they do come out, it's extremely entertaining.
Yeah,
it is very entertaining. His old ones, you can tell his old ones, right? Where that is exactly what having to provide content every day does to somebody. It's fake. The persona is fake. That's not who you really are. And it pretty much seems like two different people. His old content versus his new one. You can still kind of see the actual personality in the old one, but you can also see that that's him trying to just, the persona is not who he is, which led to him posting a dead body. Because it's like, you could have literally not posted that, and your career would have still been skyrocketing.
Dude, I never saw that video. And I was like looking for it.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, like, his people around him really just let him do that too. Like, really nobody told you that's not a good idea. Maybe somebody did, you didn't listen, but like the majority of people should have told you, don't put this dead body on YouTube. It's not the move.
He's not friends with a lot of those people anymore, isn't he?
I think he is.
Oh, he still is?
Yeah, I think he is. But I think now they're more like in the background, because he's super big.
Yeah.
So he's like big. He has merch and all the clothing brand and all that.
It's actually like not that bad too.
I would never wear it.
No, I wouldn't wear it either, but like it just doesn't look like it used to,
No, it doesn't look like for little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you can buy it with V-Bucks. Yeah. Any clothing brand from any famous person, if it looks like you can buy it for V-Bucks, do not fucking buy it. Don't waste your actual money on it. But yeah, so I would definitely tune in to watch the fight. I am gonna watch the fight. It's gonna be one of boxing's biggest fights, as sad as that sounds. Logan Paul versus, just like a boxer, like the fucking when Conor McGregor fought Mayweather. Everybody knew what was gonna happen. It happened how it happened, but it made a shit ton of money. Made a shit ton of money. Because here's the thing: for if Mayweather was to step inside of an octagon with Conor,
if you dead, bro,
the fight would be over on 15 seconds. where Mayweather would have either been knocked out or put to sleep or a broken bone or something. Fast, like kick to the knee, kick to the face, something.
See, but that's just how you know what Mayweather knows what the fuck he's doing, bro, because he didn't put himself in that position.
Yeah, he would never put himself in that position because it's like, okay, you got to be stupid to even feel like he's gonna win. Like he knows, like in an actual situation where they were him, let's say, and this is the thing too, why these people, you genuinely got to be scared of these MMA motherfuckers. You genuinely got to be scared of them. If don't ever fuck with one in real life, because you might win against a boxer, but no matter what you do, you will not win against an MMA fighter. That is just not going to happen. Because here's the thing: if Mayweather and Conor saw each other in the streets and they're friends, 100% they're friends. If they started getting loud and there was going to be a fight about to happen, here's the thing: in a street fight, Conor will obliterate Mayweather in his entire camp by himself. Conor is a walking dangerous person.
Yeah, bro. Fucking, they're considered weapons on the street.
And the thing is, you know, Mayweather, right? If he punches you, that's assault with a deadly weapon, right? If Mayweather kicks you, that's a fucking kick, right? Not with Conor. Conor can use his pinky, his elbow, his knee, his foot. It's assault with a deadly weapon. His fucking the back of his head, every single piece of Conor's body
His fucking hair, bro.
Yeah, is specifically trained in order to break you and make you cry inside. Every single piece of Conor's body is trained specifically to obliterate your body, right? Mayweather, his body is only his hands is trained, but you know, his hands, but even with that, right? His hands are that much of an elite, just fucking up there when it comes to just the way that people use them. But yeah, so you know, good luck to Logan Paul if he does fight him. That's a big fight. Something I wanted to end it. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, it's that huge fight.
Yeah. What else do I have here? Did you listen to Russ's music?
No.
Well, he dropped like a 5-pack song. It's pretty good.
I saw his snippets. They sounded pretty good.
Yeah, something I wanted to do was like a diet challenge. I'll talk about it more in the next podcast. We didn't really have time for it on this one. So I wanted to leave it on off. You know, there's more in I wrote this down too. Oh yeah, there's like with you know, words of inspiration. There's something I used to do. If you guys ever listen back to the old podcast like this motherfucker's been on forever. Earlier episodes like 1 through maybe 6 or 7 before quarantine hit. I think 1 through 15 before quarantine hit. But the thing is, with those one at the end of each episode, I would leave like words of, you know, inspiration or motivation, or even if it's words that put you down at the moment, it's never meant to make you cry. It's always meant to build you up. And what I wrote down here is that there's always more to life, right? And with that being said, if you ever feel in a situation where, you know, you're dreading tomorrow, and a lot of times, a lot of people, especially now, and again, if you're listening in and you feel like you're the one that feels this way, you're not. With life, and especially where life is now because of quarantine, and even before quarantine, many were just dreading tomorrow instead of looking forward for tomorrow. And I always feel one of the reasons why me, myself, who I am, right, and why I've looked forward for tomorrow for most of my life is because I've always had something that I was interested in. There's always been something that I was doing in my life outside of having a 9 to 5, outside of school, outside of anything, that I always had some sort of excitement to do the next day. I promise you'd find it. Find whatever it is. Find whatever you like. Don't dread tomorrow, because life is too fucking short to feel like you don't want to wake up tomorrow, to feel like tomorrow you got to go to work and then you have anxiety the day before because you don't want to show up to work. I promise you, find something that you like, regardless of what it is, and push that forward. Even if you feel like it's not going to do anything in life, it's going to do more than what you can imagine for your mentality. And that is the most important thing to keep healthy. find something that you enjoy. Find anything that just makes you feel like waking up tomorrow is an amazing thing to do, and fall in love with it. Let your soul fall in love with it. There is a point of happiness that we just have to reach to be okay in life. Do not dread tomorrow. That's not okay. If you feel that way now, do something about it. Don't just tell yourself God is going to help me. God is not going to help you. I promise you, God is not going to help you. God is going to help those that help themselves. Why would God help you when you don't want to do nothing for yourself?
Yeah.
Do something for yourself. Don't just pray on it. Don't just say it's in God's hands. God has 2 fucking hands, all right? There's so much that he can do. Do something for yourself. Don't wait to catch blessings from a fucking random angel. Don't do none of this superstitial shit or this religious shit. Don't do that, right? Don't let your happiness fall in your religion. Don't let happiness fall in other people's hands. Do it for yourself. Stop dreading tomorrow and start finding excitement for waking up. Just anything that you can possibly do to do that, because this life that we live is short, right? The youth that we have is short. Don't take it for granted. Don't take today for granted. Do something with it before you are old as fuck, wrinkly as shit, and then you look in the mirror, it's like, damn, I really wish I did this when I was younger. Guess what? It's too fucking late. No, nobody's gonna feel bad for you when you're old talking about I wish I did this. No one will listen to you talk when you're old talking about I wish I did. No. Do it now. You're listening to this, right? You're hearing these words. Do it now. Whatever it is, do it now. I promise you it's going to be an investment in your life. And then 2 years later, as long as you're consistent with it, you're going to be happy that you did it. That's that. Anything you want to say?
Nah.
All right, cool. So this was the Menso My Smart podcast. I'm your host, Pedro, and I was here with Eddy because he's got to go home because he's a busy man. So I appreciate him stopping by, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Adios. Putos. Just kidding. Cut that out.
So rude to the audience.